Alright, so Anran, the newest DPS hero that we have, I'm going to go through all the details with her and everything that she does, right? So let's start this off. First off, she has 250 HP, 40 damage, melee. You see the hero stats there in the top left. Her primary is hand fans that shoot fiery projectiles, Zook fans. Secondary, the right click is fan to flames. It's hot wind blast that amplifies burning damage. Abilities are Infernal Rush, which is shift, propel yourself forward and damage enemies you impact. E is Dancing Blaze, strike nearby enemies while dodging all damage. Her ultimate, she has two ultimates, Vermilion Ascent, you charge forward, exploding on impact and instantly igniting enemies. And then Vermilion Revival is when dead, revive yourself in a fiery explosion. Passive is Ignition, hit enemies with fire attacks to burn them. Perks are Smolder, Ignite, last 1.5 seconds longer, or Heat Shield gains 60 overhealth for each enemy ignited by your ultimate, up to a maximum of 180. So both minor perks seem very good. Major is Short Fuse. Impacting an enemy with Infernal Rush reduces its cooldown by 1.5 seconds. And Hungering Blaze, heal 50 health for each enemy hit by Dancing Blaze. So I could already tell you the major perk that I'm going to go with is Hungering Blaze. But let's see the primary fire and the damage here. Does it crit? It does. And it burns for a while. And the body damage. Body damage doesn't burn. So it looks like when you crit, it does fire damage. Body damage, you have to hit twice for the passive to kick in. Fan to Flames without hitting does build up a bar you can see in the top. Even if you don't have it, you can use it. And then it ignites. So thinking of combos, we're going to do a tank hero here with a lot of health. That would probably be Maga. So if I was to do this, so body shots after enough. How does this range though? Okay, so there's a range on Fan to Flames. You can't use it from a far distance. So we're gonna check that out. Here's the shift, which is it's called Infernal Rush. And you get 2 charges for it. So let's see the meters. So we're at 10 meters, right? So we're gonna be at like 15. It does not hit. 10 meters. 12 meters. So let's see how much. It looks like 12 meters is the range. Right? A little bit after 10 meters. If not 10 meters. Maybe about 12 meters, I would say. Is her range on Fan to Flames. These are projectiles, so she is not hit scan. As you can see it. And it shows like 2 go out. Okay.
You really dropped the ball.
I want to see something here. Does her shift ignite them? It does not. Unless it doesn't build it up. You have to build it up. So if you use your shift, right, you have to build it up. Does E ignite them? It does not. You have to hit it twice. So you could do a dash in and hit and then fan to flames.
Now I'm really fired up.
So here's another thing. If I was to dash, then use my E, you could do a ton of damage. So that's pretty strong. So Ignite lasts 1.5 seconds, and Heat Shield gains 60 overhealth for each enemy ignited by your ultimate, up to a maximum of 180. So both of these look pretty good. I'm not exactly sure which one would be the best here. because it's too early on. I could see Ignite lasting 1.5 seconds longer, being stronger for DPS and sustain, like doing more damage. But then Heat Shield, if you're really playing this hero as a dive hero, getting 60 overhealth for each enemy ignited by your ultimate, up to a maximum of 180. So, if I was to pick that,
Feeling warm yet?
you get all that overhealth, which makes you kind of like crazy strong. So that might be it.
Unlocked.
And then we have short fuse, impacting an enemy with Inferno Rush reduces its cooldown by 1.5 seconds. I mean, I'm thinking Hungering Blaze here. Heal for 50 health. Each enemy hit by Dancing Blaze. And Dancing Blaze is your E. And Inferno Rush is your shift. So I'm going to go with Hungering Blaze. And basically heal 50 health for each enemy hit by Dancing Blaze. So if you're damaged and you hit and you're going in, you're going to get 50 health for each one in a team fight. So let's say here, thinking of the overhealth perks that we took, right? We took Heat Shield. So let's say you're going in on a fight and you just press your E, not your E, your shift. Right? Is it your shift or your E? Dancing Blaze. Oh, so by Dancing Blaze, so if you're taking damage and then you press your E into the team, which we're gonna do now. Let's take a bunch of damage. We're gonna press and use our E. You're gonna heal and then you can alt and get overhealth, which is pretty crazy in a team fight. So I'm gonna go in here. And then you get all this overhealth. So if you have 2 or 3 enemies grouped up, you get a ton of HP. I'm almost certain that that's the best option to go with. Heat Shield and Hungering Blaze. Anything with more health than a dive hero is actually pretty OP. So we're going to reset here. And try the other 2 perks.
Fire in my heart will never burn out.
You also have 8 ammunition for Fan the Flames right click. And 20 for the primary, and 2 get shot out. If you hit reload, they both reload at the same time. So we're going to go with the other perk, which is Ignite. Lasts 1.5 seconds longer. So if I... That's normal without the perk. It does almost about half HP. A little short of it. Now if I was to take this perk...
Okay, I like it.
Let's go ahead and kill them off first, and then we'll do it again. So remember, it was just short of half HP. Let's see what it's at now for 1.5 seconds longer. So now it does to just short of half HP. It was like right there in the middle of the bar, so it goes a little bit longer. So that could be beneficial if you're trying to do more damage. It's not a bad perk, but I would arguably go with the HP. Short Fuse. Impacting an enemy with Inferno Rush reduces its cooldown by 1.5 seconds. An Inferno Rush is your shift. So if you were to use it, it gets quicker. I mean, I could see the value there, but you really need teammates to be grouped up, and in higher elo, people are not going to be grouped up like that. And with all the mobility heroes that they're adding, like if you think of like Jetpack Cat and all that, they have so many mobility heroes in this game, like, you know, Tracer, Genji, Venture. You're never going to have a situation where you have like a bunch of teammates on the enemy team all grouped up, stacking together, that you're going to just shift through freely like this and get your cooldown. Like, I just don't see the value there.
I'm really fired up.
So ultimately, I would go with Heat Shield for overhealth for each enemy ignited by your ultimate. You're going to use your ult. You're going to go in. You're going to get 60 overhealth. So if you hit 1 person, that's 60 HP more. You hit 2, that's 120. 3, it's 180, which it caps at. And then on top of that, you basically can combo that with Hungering Blaze, which you heal 50 health for each enemy hit by Dancing Blaze. So you can go in with your ult, right? And then use your E and get healed. So you'll have overhealth and your healing, which would be pretty crazy if you were to take those perks, which I didn't take there. See there that she was stuck at 250 HP. So if I switch back and go with Anran and get those perks. So we're going to go Heat Shield.
Yeah, nice.
And we're going to go with Hungering Blaze. So we're going to take some damage here. We're going to get all the way down. And then look at that overhealth that you got. You just got and healing. So even if you were low and press Q, you basically have full HP. You're low, you're 50 HP and you press Q and you ult, you get like 2 people in it, you're basically full HP. So you go in and then you press your E immediately and you heal up for 50 HP for each enemy. So if you go into a team fight and hit 3 people, right? And you're low HP, and let's say you hit 2 people here, 370, and then you hit your E, you would heal if you weren't full HP. Because it's overhealth. So, you know, you could be taking damage, you would have less damage, less heals, right? The overhealth is overhealth, right? It's not your heals. Oh, we don't have our ult. Let's get our ult. Can you go up? Oh, you could dash up too. That's so cool with the shift. So you could dash up and go forward. So let's say here, you're taking damage. I go, screw it. I have my ult. I'm going in. I hit 3 people. And now I heal immediately. I'm at 370 HP instantly. That is really strong for a dive hero. Plus it does a lot of damage, her ult. So, yeah. Go with the healing perks. That's going to make her have tons of sustain. Heat Shield, Hungering Blaze. I think that's the best options there for getting you overhealth. But seems like a pretty fun hero. And also her Ignite for her right click. If Maga burns, which I saw this somewhere else, Maga burns a hero, you can fan the flames on it. Same thing with like Ash Nade. Anything that burns a hero from one of the heroes on an enemy, you can fan the flames on. So that's another cool thing. All right. Well, thank you. Hope you learned something from this video. Take care.